Hi, my name is Lillian.
My name is James.
And together we are
The Kakandes.
And this is our love story. Should I start?
Mm-hmm.
No, you say the story.
Please do.
You. You approached me, so you say the story.
Me?
Yeah.
You approached me.
No. Stop lying. Anyway, it was 2014, 2015,
2014.
Okay, yeah. I was out with my friends and, we're partying and all, and he was with his boys. So they approached us. I think they had been looking at us for quite a while. So he became so bold. So they approached us. They wanted to have drinks with us, but we refused. I had a friend who was very, what kind of person?
Bold as well.
Yeah, bold.
Mm-hmm.
So she tells them, okay, if you want to talk to us, you have to vote for my friend. She's contesting for Miss University. So you need to get out your phones and vote for her. And that will give you a pass to having a drink with us. And so they did. Even those who didn't have data, they had to buy data and then vote. So yeah, after that.
Plus Android phones,
With their Android phones. So yeah, they came out, they voted, and luckily enough, I won the contest. So yeah, here we are now.
No, it was that one evening when I believe I met the person that I'm seated with right now. I can say we've known each other for 7 years, right? But we've been dating for the last 3 years. So for the first part of it, we became friends. Then later on, that's when we said we start dating and had to take everything to another level. He
was scared of dating me, by the way, because he was told that girl is a queen. I was Miss University, so everyone was like, you can't date her, you know. That's the truth. He was scared of dating me. People think when somebody is a queen, they have this, kind of lifestyle that they can't handle, they can't manage. But trust me, he took the bold steps. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Fortunately, I would say I found her different. I found her different from what I had envisaged or imagined. I found her being a nice person, a person that I could easily communicate to fluently. We kind of quickly connected, despite being Miss University, but there was this other humble side about her.
3 years.
You can say it.
The proposal happened 2020, October 10th, after I think Independence. Yeah, and it was in Mavira. What's up? Forest Cottages. That's what it's called.
It was Mavira.
Yeah, it was in Mavira. It was beautiful, I can say. I was really, really surprised.
Why you?
Okay. Okay, I had been, I had gotten dreams. I'd gotten confirmations from different people. And when it happened, it was more of, I saw it coming. I didn't know when it was going to happen. I didn't know how. I just didn't know the date. But the whole surprise was where it took place, who was there, and how it happened. It was beautiful. The setting was nice, in the forest. Then there was a saxophonist. Yeah, and I loved it. It was beautiful.
And it was the hardest one to pull off.
I'm a very hard person to surprise, so.
Yeah, it was the I can say it was one of the hard ones to pull off, because it meant trying to connect with some of her family as well as friends. But you know, girls always talk, don't you?
My friends have
There
Lugambo.
will always be this one person who will reveal. But I wanted it to be sweet and nice. So I kept thinking, how do I make it happen to ensure that she properly goes to a salon, gets her best dress, but also surprise her with a proposal? What are those connections that I need to make to ensure it happens? So we just planned a road trip with a camera person. But of course, you know, girls, when it gets to road trips and when they know there is a camera, they will bring their best. So in summary, that's how we managed to pull it off. It was exciting.
Yeah, the only person who whispered was the Holy Spirit. None of my friends did Lugamba, actually. I was so surprised. No one told me, but I loved it. The Holy Spirit had whispered to me. I knew there was something coming up, but I didn't know when. But it was beautiful.
Yeah, I think just as I've already said, Lillian is a patient person. I make so many mistakes, but sometimes these are tests, but she's always proven to be there to correct me. She's loved me for who I am. She's always patient with me. And I initially said that she's also a humble person from a humble family. And mainly the critical point is from a Christian background, which was so fundamental based on the fact that that is where I also come from.
What I love about James, he's a loving man. He's caring and non-judgmental, like despite what people would say about me or what he never judged me. He loved me for who I was. We were friends, first of all, and he got to understand me, what I like, what I dislike. And he's very patient with me. I'm very bad with timekeeping. Sometimes I get to his nerves, but he's very patient with me. He takes care of me like a man should. And yeah, that's basically it. And he's a God-fearing man. He loves God. He loves my family too. And that's a key point. Yeah.
And I always take the lead when it comes to prayers.
But I invite the Holy Spirit. Okay.
Our first dance song was When God Made You by Natalie Grant. Yeah. As James, I would say it was a humbling experience, because when we initially had our launch, we never knew that there would be a second lockdown. So part of the preparation didn't incorporate small numbers. We have so many friends. We come from big families. So we had actually planned and budgeted for a huge wedding of about, how many guests? 200 guests?
200.
About 200 guests.
Getting to like 300.
Yes. So when the announcement came through that there is a lockdown, of which we didn't even know whether it would be lifted because COVID is still with us, it became quite a challenge. But what I thank Lillian for and both our families is that we had set the dates, and that was 20th August. So we were like, come COVID or no COVID, for as long as God gives us good life as families, we will have our wedding. So the biggest challenge was how do we now plan around a smaller number, as well as getting service providers, the likes of Makula Pictures, being available during lockdown. We all knew during that time cars were restricted, but we had to figure out ways of movement.
The pre-wedding shoot.
We planned a pre-wedding shoot. Somehow a friend helped us get there, and it happened, and thanks to him,
And Makula Pictures.
Makula Pictures was also, like, I remember, very flexible. My wife one time came on a pickup.
Oh, good.
Yes. So the highlight of it all, and what was really humbling, is she came on a nyongeza in the co-driver side, and I was, wow, this wedding has to happen. So we had to reduce our numbers. Yes, I have you. We had to reduce our numbers, and
have to say that.
And we were like, let's work with 50 people. If the president opens up, at least we should be able to bargain for about 50. And so during the lockdown, we just worked with a budget of 50. Mm-hmm.
And on my side, it wasn't easy because we hadn't even done the Gusaba, which is the introduction. So my side of the family, we had to plan for now like 2 functions. Okay, here as well. But introduction is more on the girl side, so it was a bit tough. And I remember talking to my dad, and then he was like, you know what, we were suggesting, we were like, I think we should push because of the lockdown. And he's like, you know what, come what may, this wedding is for the 2 of you, and it has to go on. Whether you're 20 people, whether you're 10 people, it has to go on. And that was a moving factor for me. And because also my husband on the other side was also stuck. We set 14th and 20th, and those are our dates, and we have to go on, whether come what may. All we did was ask God for life because we didn't know. People were dying, and it was scary. But thank God, we made it.
If I look back at the wedding day and the planning prior to the wedding, I do not think there is anything we would have done differently. Why? Because when we worked with small numbers, I know it was a bit tough for our people, but when we worked with small numbers, it enabled us to plan better with service providers, to plan better when it came to time management, being cognizant of the 7 p.m. curfew time. So personally, I would say there is nothing I would have done differently. And it's something that I would want to push forward, possibly for anyone that is struggling with numbers. There are so many avenues into which you can reach out. Your people can get access to your wedding reception as well as church, even without physically attending the wedding.
Looking back at our wedding day, I don't think I would change anything. It was our perfect wedding, despite the numbers being small. But it was an intimate, scientific wedding because we had our close family and friends with us. And we still retained our service providers. We didn't change any because the numbers had changed. And they were very welcoming with the numbers. I think we budgeted for 50 people. So it was beautiful. And I think anyone struggling with scientific weddings, man, this is the way to go. You should actually embrace it because it helps you in planning, money-wise, because no one is going to fundraise for a scientific wedding. You have to do it all from your pockets. Well, a few do, but I would say small numbers, scientific weddings are the way to go because they are intimate. They are the way to go, I can say that. They're beautiful. Walking down the aisle with my dad. Yeah, Mami Rosindana. It was exciting. I remember shedding a tear. And when I got to the altar and Mommy was waiting for me, there was a time he was almost crying. I don't know if you took that on camera.
Me?
Yeah. Hey, okay. You'll check. Yeah, and then of course getting to the reception and family and friends were there. Our first dance, father-daughter dance, saying I do, like every bit of it was beautiful for me.
Mm, Mrs. Kakande has said a larger bit of it, but I can say getting to the reception, because we got to the reception at around 1 p.m. and everything was as per our plan. It was looking perfect. I remember when we were getting out of the car and having a glimpse at the deco, and it was on point. And everyone was there, including the guests plus the service providers. Normally at functions, your guests, they are those who come in at 5, at 4, but they were all there waiting for us, excited. So what stood out for me mainly was the happiness that was coming through from our guests. Then we had a strong committee. Everyone who was on that committee did their job so well, and we cannot stop thanking them even up to this present day. So even the bit of time management, everything went according to plan at the reception. Then I believe at some point it was going to rain before we had our dinner, but thank God everything was as per His will and as per His word.
One of the other fondest memories of 20th, I remember I got a call at around midnight from Jeff, Makola Pictures, and he told me, Lillian, actually earlier on we were chatting and I told him I'm going to sleep by 9. And he checked on me, he's like, but you told me you're going to be sleepy. And I'm like, no, I'm still awake. I don't have sleep. So he tells me, okay, I'm going to give you a call. And we have to pray for your day, pray for your marriage, everything. So at midnight, Jeff calls me, we prayed. And what can I say? It's something rare. You don't usually find it with service providers. But having a service provider that is, should I say, much involved in your function, wishing you the best. And actually, Jeff became a friend throughout this whole preparation. And he used to tell me, man, Lillian, do you know Chikuba? And that was very encouraging for me. And that's one thing I'll never forget. I don't know if you do it with every bride you have. But for me, it was very touching and very, I don't know. Man, should I say, took my breath away? It was very beautiful.
Personally, I can say, of course, we've been in this for, I think it's now 10 days. So wouldn't be the right subject matter as if we were to say this is what marriage is all about. But what is critical, based on the time we've spent together, even before marriage, I think it's critical, it's key to get married to your best friend. So I married my friend, my best friend, and I got to know her within those years of dating and even the time when we were still friends. Got to know her weaknesses, her strengths. She got to understand me, and we were able to figure out how we can push this forward. And of course, we also come from a good Christian family background. Both our parents have been in this for quite a number of years, over 25 years. So I, as James, it's something that I've been looking up to. And I told my wife, Mrs. Kakande, that I would want us not to disappoint our parents and also have those number of years. If God gives us life, let's have so many years together of happiness.
To me, I would say marriage is love, marriage is friendship, marriage is, you have to be patient with each other, because we both come from different families, different tribes. So whatever brings us together, you need to understand what the other person's culture is all about. You have to understand what the other person's religion is all about. You have to understand each other. And so far, the 10 days of marriage is everything beautiful. Nobody should lie to you. Marriage is just, as long as you have your partner is your friend, trust me, the rest is and you have God, you have to pray. Like for your marriage to be smooth, prayer is, because small things can actually piss you off, but you just turn to God, and your friend has to understand you, your partner has to understand you, and you have to love them. Love does not stop at the altar. It goes on every day of your life, and you learn something new every day. Today I'll get to know James loves matoke, and tomorrow probably I'll cook something else. No, oh wow, now he loves Irish potatoes. Then tomorrow you'll be like, no, I don't want that. You know, every day it's something different. You learn something new about the other, which is beautiful, which makes everything amazing.
Shout out goes to our service providers, stroke vendors, city grooms for our suits.
And then for me, I'll start with Strat Bridal. It was really, they made my work so easy. I didn't have to run around to, look around for so many gowns. They had everything in stock. And I remember, okay, I had a video of what I wanted, and Tracy helped me, pick it from a European designer. And one thing I can credit them is the gown came here 4 months before the wedding. So in my head I was like, okay, there's no chance of changing my mind right now. Then Has UG for the bridesmaids dresses, Beryl for the maid of honor's dress, then Faith Fresh on the makeup, and Ashley's hair and makeup for my hair and the bridesmaids' hair, and what else?
Yeah.
So far, yeah. And then we can get to the venue reception. We had Ndere Center. They hosted us really well.
And also they had to, I remember going back and renegotiating the rates for that venue. They were considerate given we were doing more of a COVID wedding. Thanks for that.
Yeah, and then Bloven Liquor and Cakes. Oh my God, Henry and Roger, you guys are amazing. You delivered. We put you on so much pressure, but you delivered, and we are very grateful. I remember getting to the reception and I wanted to cry because I wanted a white wedding, and I kept insisting I want white, I don't want any colors. And at some point I think they were suggesting a little bit of gold. I was like, no, I want white, sparkling. If you're to add any color, it has to be gray or silver gray and white. And they delivered, they did just that. Then we had Shiba's Palace. They did the food, and the food was amazing. We had
Joel Chisache on the band. Joel, that was a good job. Everyone
actually, Joel started from church. He did our entry songs, walking down the aisle, and that was beautiful.
Then the reception as well, the entire reception, most of it. Everyone is asking for your contact, Joel, but you need to talk to me nicely. But thanks for the good job. And then on top of that, in terms of entertainment, pro entertainment, Ismail is more of a brother, and he was able to give us a good service when it came to the music and sound quality.
Yeah, we also had Thirsty Barman. He did good on the cocktails. I think people left drunk. It was amazing. You've done actually all our functions, from the launch to the wedding. You've been our service provider throughout for drinks and everything, and you've done amazing. And
MC Patrico Mijoka. We had our preparation. I remember coming to you at CBS. Then we had our preparation of the agenda for that day. 3 days to the function, but man, you pulled it off like a brother. Thanks for the good work, Patrico.
And finally, we have
Makula Pictures.
Makula Pictures. Oh my God, you guys have been exceptional. You've delivered. Your professionalism is on another level.
But they should also thank me for being patient while taking those pictures. It wasn't an easy job, but
Yeah, honestly, by the way,
but
when Jeff tells you do this, when he wants his shot, yeah,
but
you
I
have
know
to
it was
do
more
it.
to do with perfection of the pictures.
Bam! Jeff's thing, if he tells you, I want this shot, bam, we got tired, but we got the shots. They were beautiful. Oh my God, I think the whole internet broke because of Jeff's pictures. Twitter, Facebook, Instagram. Oh my God, Makula pictures. Those pictures, I think my kids, you'll do my kids' wedding, our kids' wedding. I hope God gives us life. Guys, give Makula pictures all your money. That's all I can say. They delivered. Makula pictures are beautiful. Okay, I would look at your pictures and I would see a different, like a picture that tells a story. You really see these two people are in love. I don't know if people are actually in love, but sometimes you see a picture and then it's not really telling the story. But with Makula pictures, it definitely does. And I would look at the stories you still do for people, and I'm like, there's something different about these pictures. And I would compare, of course, with different service providers in photography, and I'm like, no. And I visited a number of them, but no one could give me what exactly I wanted, but Makula did. And on top of that, Jeff Bambi Tayelaga is not a show off, but you meet certain service providers and you know, they think they've made it all and they don't want to know. But he's a very humble guy. Chinzali. The pictures are so natural and we're looking for that. And yeah, why did you love Makula pictures? Yeah. Yeah, so Jeff definitely is Makula pictures. They are professionals. Time-wise, they deliver, yeah. But you have to be ready for the stress. Pose like this, do this, do this. But at the end of the day, you get the good pictures. Exactly.
That is true.
If you went through it, then you can go through it. Thank you for watching our love story. Don't forget to subscribe, like, share, and comment. Bye.
Bye-bye.